pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, and thank you everyone for coming this evening. First item of business is approval of the August 15th study session minutes.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up, approval of the bills.
Move to pay the bills.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Walcott.
I'd like for permission to amend the agenda to discuss the DJ for the festival.
Is there a second to amend the agenda?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. DJ discussion will be item 3 under new business.
Mr. Speaker, motion to amend the agenda to discuss inflatables for the festival.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item 4 under new business will be discussion of inflatables for the festival. Okay, that brings us to old business. Discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding phase 3 of the 2024 street improvement project. Joe, you want to take the rundown?
Yeah, the final phase will be from Veterans Drive all the way down to Lee Street. And the cost of it is going to be $63,340.53. Finish that phase up. And that would complete the 24 projects.
All right, and the street fund currently has 109,000 and some change for those who care.
That's finish at Park Street to the stop sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you need a motion to approve it. Now I'll move to approve. So you think the money's okay?
Second.
Any additional discussion?
Yes. You want to discuss that box you were talking about?
I don't know that we've got that.
It won't be part of that phase, but
That is that intersection of Hostetter and Park. Have we gotten any farther with the bid or anything like that? from-
No, we're still, we're going to wait on the engineers to decide.
The engineers got to
Design the box, like I said, send it to the Barbara Concrete.
Are we still going to have to cut the street?
No, we're gonna just leave it the way it is.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we ain't gonna cut the street, we're just gonna leave it the way it is, but we're gonna make it a fill-in box on the other side, so anything that does go over the road will go into
Catches
that
the
fill-in
box
box.
on that guy's driveway.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good news.
We also got,
Yes, along with what you guys are doing with the streets, the park board would like to piggyback along with you guys and have the park done. There's a sheet that Joe printed out for you. It shows all the breakdowns of what we'd like done and the costs. And we would like to, have that done when you guys do the street. And, because the asphalt's in really bad repair down there.
It's all right there in one area, so convenient. Currently, capital fund for the parks has $307,000 in it. This project has a not to exceed 175.
Is that all done with the same?
Yeah.
I didn't see that
I think it was all pro.
yeah.
Okay.
Basically, it's gonna make it like a change order, just right off of the existing prices, so they get the discount, they won't have to pay for a
Mobilization.
mobilization fee, because they'll be right in the area.
These two separate approvals.
Yeah, we added it on.
Okay. So,
You want
can we put that on a motion to fix Park Street and the
Yeah, amend the
park
motion.
project?
Yeah, but-
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, the motion is to fix the Park Street and the street in the park. Veterans Way, I guess, would be right, is the street. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. We're fixing the street now.
Approve the motion, I second.
Thank you.
All right, next up, discussion consideration of possible action regarding declaring surplus property. That one, we not have.
Yeah, the list I provided for you, there's like, we got 9. We got like 14, 15 old computers that are not worth anything. These are old laptops that was bought and that set upstairs in the police department forever. And we got other stuff that we've been exchanging. According to our IT guys, they're not worth the trouble of even trying to sell them. It's gonna cost you more money to break them down and get rid of them. And so if they got a company that they work with that they take them for free off our hands and just destroy them.
Do we have something where they certify like hard drives or shredded?
Yeah.
That personally.
Yeah, they usually, they take the hard drives out and they usually give it to us and then we shred them or get rid of them, dispose them.
So no information,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
personal information.
Yeah, no personal information in it. I think half those laptops were they use, those ones that Brad Smith, Brad,
Yeah, they've never even had anything on them.
yeah.
Oh,
They were in the
There's
storeroom.
books you see.
When was the last time we used them?
They never been used.
they're still in the box.
Oh,
Yeah.
brand new.
The 6 pan-sized MDTs.
What year?
Yeah, so what kind of operating system they run on?
So the IT guy wrote this up for me.
It might be worth just seeing stats one. I mean,
Yeah.
they're new in the box. I mean, they're not.
But they're not in that box, they just got them stacked up.
Right, but I mean,
But
they've
they've
never
been
been
used.
used. I mean, you
Yeah, it's a little different.
could have a drawing and
Different.
pay your water bill on time, get in and go win an old computer.
But as long as you guys want, like I said, we just needed to come with surplus property, we can do whatever you guys want with it. I mean, like I said, time is often just take them off hands and destroy them, get rid of them.
They'll take them to somewhere.
Yeah, maybe early childhood things.
Yeah.
Like, well, you don't do the club, I can find them, you know, like I can try to donate it to the school or something, I don't know.
Since there's nothing on them, then they're not even taking them apart.
Since they're new, can we find other options?
Sure. Pretty good, go ahead.
Trying to do good with them.
Yeah, no problem. So we just need to have somebody just to donate a surplus property.
Yeah. And maybe get a little color around, you know, how old are they, what's the operating systems?
Sure.
Or maybe the school might take them.
Yeah, maybe the IT class could
IT
upgrade
classes.
them.
Yeah.
If they don't want them, then we can always revisit what to do with them.
I need somebody to make motion.
Well, I make a motion to explore options to donate the computers.
Second.
Mr. Jones, is that you?
Yes.
Okay. Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Happy hunting, Joe. Item 2, discussion consideration possible action regarding the approval of a contract for the band to play at the Festival in the Valley event. And we have the issue, last time we talked about the yard dogs, I thought.
No, it's the other one. Yeah, it's a different
That was a
one.
different one?
Last ride.
Oh, that's one was Mike Watkins band.
The one before you have discussed, but remember the first contract came that they wanted cash, and we do not deal in that way, so.
I remember seeing that contract, but I thought it was already signed.
Where's the contract for that?
Yeah, I don't see it in here, but I've seen it.
Yeah, I don't see it in the contract.
Because was it $900?
That's one that's
Yes.
on, it should be the last page. For the yard dogs.
Did you do for us?
I know it's seen it, but I thought it was. Oh, here we go.
What was the last band?
How much was it? I don't even, you have to ask Leslie, I don't know.
How much was the last band, Leslie?
So the last band was 800, but we also had to pay 500 for their sounds. This band is gonna do their own sounds and just all for 900.
I like this better, yeah.
Is there a motion to proceed?
Yeah, I'm going to approve that.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Opposed it is. In a similar vein, the next item, You see a contract here for DJ Green Thumb. I'm guessing in times when we're not having live music, we will have recorded
Yes.
music, and Buckner's very own DJ Green Thumb, $40. Spin on the discs for your listening pleasure.
And announcing the parade. They'll be doing the parade announcement and games and things at the stage.
And it's the festival committee's wish that we approve it.
We just, as a group, just gotta know that his wife is on the festival board, right? Right?
Yes, she is.
So, we just gotta make sure that this is something where you're willing to go. I don't have, it's just, it wouldn't bother me, but it might bother other people, so.
I mean, if you're talking about tit for tat, Mr. Miles did the construction on the splash pad.
Understand, I'm just, but I also know that could raise some eyebrows too, so I just wanna openly put it out there that,
I appreciate that. We did have an instance once where somebody's cousin, the band played, but granted it was more money, but I know the board got some not great feedback for that decision. So the committee is willing to accept whatever you all decide.
But your committee doesn't have a problem with it, or else you wouldn't present this.
The rest of my committee does not have a problem. That's correct.
Is there a motion?
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, Mr. Green Thumb is moving. Next up are the inflatables. See the invoice there. Ms. Couch, would you like to give us a rundown on this?
Yes, so we will be renting two obstacle courses and a small toddler bounce house and child bounce house. We were going to do a game truck, but I didn't agree with their contract and they weren't willing to budge, so we went back. We've used them before, Park has used them before for their events. It's Fast and Fun Inflatables in Green Valley. Yeah, we will not have a carnival this year. He is not doing carnivals anymore, that we have found. So we unfortunately, Fall Fun Fest is the same weekend, so they've got a carnival. Higginsville has a carnival, they're the same weekend, so we just had to go with bounce houses this year in games. And we do have a church that's gonna come out and full of volunteers and to help earn money to run these bounce houses.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Bounce houses forever.
Thank you.
Next up, elected official comments. One of the things that I'd like to mention is you have a packet there with the budget. I appreciate, Mr. Ross isn't here tonight, Mr. Norris, Mr. Ross, Joe worked with to help get this budget put together. I think it's a fair budget. There's really no major cuts that had to happen in this one. The revenue this year was really better than it's been in a while. I just ask that you review it, and we can have a more meaningful conversation around it next meeting if you've got any questions or concerns. The one thing that we had talked about previously, as we look at the wastewater treatment project that might be hanging out there, the sewer budget is about $40,000 upside down. Collections are off. I think it's 300,000, 300-something thousand in collections, and a little over 400,000 on the revenue side or on the expense side. So we do need to examine a rate change. I was just telling Joe, I mean, just need to kind of quick math was about $12 a month if you just did a linear across the board, every household pick up something about $12 a month. I'm not saying that's the best plan, I'm just saying that was kind of something to contemplate. But that was quick. go. So, just think about that. I mean, the rate change obviously will be something we'd have to do a public hearing and what, and everything, but right now it puts pressure on the water fund because it's subsidizing the sewer fund, and if we're wanting to do something on the sewer plant, we need to make sure we're at least above water on everything. So that's item one. And then the other, I'd like if Mr. Miles could, you've got a document there, I think in front of you, talking about the wall that heals. And did you get one of these, everybody?
Yeah, I think everyone's got one. I've been in talks with Kathy Miller in Arlington, Virginia a few times. The wall that heals goes, it is the Vietnam Memorial. This is the full-size replica that travels. It is directly from the Vietnam memorials. And it goes to 32 towns a year. We're on the list for it to come to Buckner if we come to an agreement on this. And the opportunity is pretty huge. There's usually about 120 applicants, and right now we're very high on being chosen. I have to have permission from you guys to move forward with this. Couple things for the criteria. We've got to have a couple locations. We got to have a main location and an alternative. I'm working on the alternative. I think I can get by without having an alternate location. The park would be the best place for it. We've got to get ready to have new asphalt down. It's going to look beautiful. It would be a really good spot for it. She likes the idea of having it there. September 30th is when they decide what town they're going to choose to go to. That's the reason we need to kind of talk about it and see that we're on board. I would like to do this as a chamber and a city event, have them do a joint venture on it, and I think it would be a huge thing for our community. So that's the first thing. We need that. The second thing, we need all your support after we move forward with this. But it does require a lot of hands. I've got a lot of people, a lot of volunteers I've already talked to about it. I know having the volunteers will not be a problem. The money, I don't think will be a problem. I've already got 5 or 6 people that have stepped up. They'll be good donors and support. What she explained to me is, if it comes to your town, don't worry about the money. The people come to it and they donate well. So this is a huge deal. This is the wall that came to Blue Springs in 2010. This is the organization that came there in 2010, but the one in 2010 was a half-size scale. This is full-size scale, just like it is in Arlington. So,
What's the dimensions on this thing, Tony?
I'm sorry?
What's the dimensions on this thing?
375 feet long. Takes a football field to set it up on. They come in a 53-foot semi-trailer. This trailer comes in, our volunteers take all the panels out, we go set them up. The trailer is then a museum. They have a lot of really cool museum items, just like they have in Arlington at the stationary one. And it's just, it's a pretty cool deal. I've been there a couple times, and it's a neat setup, and I think having something like this come to our little town would be a positive thing. So the first thing is, if you all agree for us to have it in the park, do a joint venture with the chamber and make this happen, if we can be chosen.
Any excess donations, will they go to the park?
It all goes to the veteran fund. We don't get any
Oh, it
money
goes
back.
back to them?
Yes, yeah. But what she did say, they do like to have, it's $12,000 to get it to come here. They like to have half of that whenever they come. What we can do though, getting the money for that's no problem. That'll be taken care of. Then the funds that come back, that can be a loan to that. And then the donations can, take care of the whole cost. So if I have to put up the money for that, I'll put up the money for that to get here.
How many days do they leave it here?
They come here on a Tuesday, it's open Wednesday afternoon, it's open 24 hours a day until Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, we tear it down, it gets loaded in the truck, and it goes off to the next site.
Tuesday to Sunday?
Tuesday, it's open Wednesday through Sunday, but it shows up on a Tuesday, and we go and meet it 50 to 100 miles out, and then we give it a motorcade coming back, and we'll have the Patriot Guard do that. And then they give us a private tour, a private ceremony, and after it's all set up, they train our people on what to say and what to do. And it's, like I say, 24 hours a day. They have 2 on-site people that stay with us the whole time, but it's pretty awesome. I've been in talks with her about 3 times now about it. She she's really wanting me to get the application turned in. September 30th is the deadline, and that's decision day.
Do we have any other commitments in the park as far as ball leagues or anything that would be a potential interference?
The good thing about this is we do have Wednesday night games, but that really wouldn't interfere with this too much. We can have them park up on the hill, and if we get chosen, I will work that out with the league and be sure that, you know, they're good with that. We'll make everything work. The Sunday night games are not until the evening. It'll be loaded up and gone by then, so we'll just have one evening where we'll have not a conflict, but maybe a few extra cars. And we'll have shuttle buses. We'll talk to some local places, you know, to be able to park people if that's necessary, and have those shuttle buses run to get them to the park and back. Because it'll be a busy 3 days for sure, you know.
I hate to have to bring this up, but in this day and age, are we responsible for any vandalism that happens to that thing?
No, they're insured for all of that stuff. Our park's insured for any function we have in the park, and then the buses have their insurance for shuttle bus insurance, you know. So we just have our regular general liability, and, yeah.
Thank you.
Is this man 24/7?
I'm sorry.
Is man 24/7?
Yeah, it's manned 24/7 is the good thing, so but it's a pretty neat deal. If you go online and look at their website, it's pretty awesome.
That's like, yeah, and when Mr. Miles and I were talking about it, it's like, you know, there's not a lot of things that we can give people a reason to come to Buckner beyond, you know, they don't know we're here, they don't come because
Right.
there's not a real compelling reason. This would be a reason to come and experience the town and see what we have to offer, and maybe somebody wants to start a business out here, or at least they spend some money with our businesses while they are here, so.
And they know how to do the marketing. It'll be a regional marketing campaign.
That's what I was gonna ask you, so what's the marketing on this?
And they help us with that. They know what works. And we just duplicate. We duplicate what works in other areas. They just had another traveling wall in Warrensburg 3 weeks ago. And that was a smaller wall, but there's, you know, people from here were going down there to see it. So people will travel from Kansas. They will come from a long way to see this. Whenever it only hits 32 towns a year, you know, they will travel to see it. So I think it would be an awesome thing for us if I can get your all's approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Otherwise, any other elected officials'
I
comments?
have one thing, and it says something we talked about either before or after a meeting the other day about iPads, or those pads. Is that something that we need to put a motion on, or just have to go?
But let's just get some pricing, so maybe we can use those other computers and
Yeah, I thought about that a minute ago.
repurpose them.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can do the same thing, yeah.
Anything else? Now we got an hour to kick off and take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We stand adjourned.